And ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is showtime at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again, it's MRN's Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. We are so glad you joined us. Talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Post here, and we can't wait for today's show to get started here because we've got Kerry Madsen and Shane Golobic joining us here on the program. Kerry picked up a World of Outlaw win, and Shane is your 2017 Trophy Cup champion. Great show. We're so excited, and we're going to tell you about a special show coming up next week at the World Finals here in Charlotte as well. As I mentioned, alongside is Erin Evernham, and Erin, I'm going to jump right into the Classic Ink Screen Printing Embroidery Hot Topics because we have a bunch of them. World of Outlaws rolled into the center part of the country, the heartland, and did not win.
I know. How about that? They got defeated. 2 nights in a row. And now you got to go Friday night.
I got to go Friday night Lakeside. I had to make sure I was there for you. I was there just your representative.
You didn't really rub it in, so I appreciate that.
No, I didn't. I was busy talking.
Well, you did send me a few texts that kind of got my mind.
Exactly. So Friday night, Brian Brown. Saturday night, Kerry Madsen. Madsen was one slight little misstep in turn number 3 from not only sweeping the weekend, destroying the weekend.
Well, I heard 8.5 seconds.
Yeah, Lakeside was unreal.
In a sprint car race, that's unreal.
It's just unreal. The madman was on fire, and just great stuff. And we're going to talk to him in a little bit, so we'll certainly continue that conversation with him. Lucas Oil ASCF's National Tour. I think we had some neat winners there. John Carney II. This is a guy that races predominantly 305s.
Yep.
But he just is etching it out there in Texas, makes a living, and had a good night at Devil's Bowl. Aaron Reitzel picked up the win, but wait. Sam Hayford Team Jr., where was he? Oh, don't worry about Sam. He finished 2nd and 3rd those 2 nights. So Sam was off a little bit.
Yeah, bad weekend for him, yeah.
Exactly. Port Royal Speedway. I just think that this year we've seen so many great things, and we've seen some young talent stepping up to the plate. You know, Gio Selzy on the West Coast comes to mind. Freddie Raymer over at Williams Grove with his success. But maybe none as good as Brock Zierfoss.
Yeah, the last, 5 or 6 weeks at Port Royal?
Stout.
Unbeatable.
Very, very stout, that's for sure. He put an exclamation point on the championship season. He is the Port champion. This was his 5th win on Saturday night. He also won that World of Outlaw race back at Williams Grove. So Zierfoss, just a great story. Great young racer.
Coming into his own.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a neat spot where we're at. And finally, I want to mention this, and we'll probably talk a little bit about this with Shane a little bit, but the Trophy Cup, we'll talk about the race and everything like that. But Erin, again, $150,000 donation to Make-A-Wish.
It's incredible to have a race that big and successful and to raise that much money for charity for Make-A-Wish, which is an incredible organization.
We had Dave Pusateri on our Winged Nation weekend podcast last week and chatted with Dave, and I'd never talked to Dave before, and I'm not 10 seconds into the conversation, and the passion was oozing through the phone line. Yeah. And it's just unreal what they do. 150, that puts them over $1.5 million for Make-A-Wish. So a tip of the cap to California sprint car racing across the board, because it takes everybody. It takes buying a ticket, teams, drivers, Dave, what he does, and everyone else. A tip of the cap for everyone. When you're helping a kid, you're certainly touching, you're doing the work of angels right there. And so we salute everyone at the Trophy Cup, another $150,000. Incredible. And they had some pictures of Gary Selzy bidding at an auction, and that makes me laugh. So I love
their off-track activities they have.
Any picture of Gary Selzy always gets a laugh from me, so I love that as well. Hey, there you have it, our Classic Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery Hot Topics, classicinkusa.com, classicinkusa.com. Hats, T-shirts, hoodies, towels, whatever you need for your race team, for other sporting events, for corporate, for church events, whatever you need, you dial them up at www.classicinkusa.com. We need to step away. Kerry Madsen, he joins us next.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
A dead battery can leave you stranded, so get yours tested for free during Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Need a replacement? Purchase a Superstart Extreme or Superstart Platinum battery and get up to $25 in O'Reilly gift cards after a mail-in rebate. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, Junior Nation, MRN and Wrangler want to send you and a guest to Miami and Ford Championship Weekend to cheer on Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his final Cup Series race.
Enter now at MRN.com for a trip of a lifetime. The grand prize includes travel and hotel accommodations, grandstand tickets for all 3 races, pace car rides, pit passes, and much more.
It's the Salute to Junior Sweepstakes presented by the Wrangler Performance Series. Jeans and pants for less restrictions and more living.
Try on a pair today.
Hi, I'm Craig Kinzer, and you're listening to Winged Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thank you, Kerry. Welcome back. We are having a great time. We appreciate you joining us here on the program. And let's go right straight to the Hercules Tire Hotline. Joining us here after a win, a fast weekend, a good weekend in the Midwest as far as speed goes, and a trip to Victory Lane. The Madman's on the line. Kerry Madsen joins us. Hello, Kerry. Welcome back to Winged Nation.
Thanks, Matt. How you doing?
I am doing well, and my hunch and my guess is you're doing well also. I'm telling you, you picked up the win of Sedalia, but you had speed in your race car all weekend long. You've got to be happy with the performance of that big game car.
Oh, look, the speed's been there all year. It's been an incredibly quick car all year, and it's been a lot of fun to drive, and I'm a little frustrated sometimes that we don't have like 20 wins on the board, but we've got a few, and it's just... every time you get out there and you get in it, you know it's going to be a rocket ship. It's it's a lot of fun.
Kerry, talk a little bit about Saturday night's race. I wasn't able to watch it, but it sounds like it was a great racetrack, plenty of lanes to race, a lot of slide jobs going on. Talk a little bit about Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen Salina, Oklahoma track, but, it's a big bowl on the ground and it's got a lot of banking and it's sort of a smaller type track. So you just going there and looking at it, it's going to be an exciting place. But, SLS Promotion did a great job of preparing it. And it had a really nice cushion in the A main all the way around and a little bit of a bottom. And I watched the highlights and there was like 4 of us running. You could have thrown a blanket over the 4 of us there at one stage. So it was a lot of fun to race at. And it ended up having a pretty nice cushion around the top, which suits our style. And just sort of opened up the horsepower and let it eat.
And I think that's the thing that's amazing is that you do you sense when you're driving, I watch the race, I'm sitting in a hotel room in Kansas City screaming at the computer. I mean, it's like you guys, I'm jumping up and down. People in the next room over must be like, what in the world's going on over there? I'm watching. Do you sense that you're in the middle of one of those brawls like you guys had? Or are you just literally so focused on what you do in the next turn that you're not thinking, you're not looking at like the way someone watching would watch it?
No, believe it or not, you are just way more relaxed in the car. You're just trying to, it's tight, but you're relaxed. You're just trying to make the best laps you can and do the best corners. And because I get it, because when I'm watching my brother race or I'm on the computer or our monitor or whatever it is, I'm the same way. I'm throwing laptops and jumping up and down. So it's way more relaxing behind the wheel, trust me. Especially when you've got a good car. When you don't got it, if you're struggling with your race car or lines, it's a little more tense. But when you've got a fast car, you're going to the front. It's a very relaxed feeling.
Kerry, you talked about the car being a dream to drive all year and working with Guy Forbrook and not running a full schedule, but yet having 5 World of Outlaw wins. Talk about the team and the pressure not running full-time Outlaws. Talk about your year kind of personally.
We spent a lot of fun. They're not doing the points go either way. I mean, you can have a great life. We've had a great year and we've turned over a lot of good prize money, so that's good. But, if you get stuck in a rut and you get stuck just doing local races, all of a sudden you haven't made any money and it can downward spiral pretty quickly. So, it's feast or famine pretty much, to be honest. But same on the Outlaw Tour, if you're not if you haven't got all your everything lined up correctly, it's pretty easy to get behind on the outlaw thing too. And with the outlaw thing, you just can't get back. It becomes like an avalanche, and you can't get yourself out of a funk. Where at least if you're not doing the points, you can kind of go home for a week, regroup, and think about it. So it's a double-edged sword, but it's been fun.
It sounds like it really is, and it's been fun. Off the racetrack, though, I think I'm assuming you probably have had a little bit more downtime as far as that goes. Are you one that sits around the house good, or are you one that's not really good at sitting around the house?
You think I'm good at it? After doing the Outlaws for a couple of years, where you're just constantly on the go and you're constantly doing stuff, it's sometimes when you're at home, you're like, I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
And there is plenty of things I should be doing, but they're not cool things, so I don't really get to it. But it's an adjustment. And then you think, well, maybe we should try to get something else going on the side, but then, I don't know, I just got a one-track mind for racing, so I don't really mess with that.
Kerry, have you guys talked at all about next year? Do you think you'll do the same plan, maybe add some more races? Have you talked much about 2018?
I haven't really thought about next year yet. Just trying to finish off strong, and obviously the off-season's come up pretty quickly. It starts about that time of year with the silly season, as they call it, starts to go off, but I haven't really talked about it. We haven't really thought about it yet, so all that matters to me is I'm in a good race car, it's fast, and we're going. So just trying to keep myself in those situations and have fun.
Kind of a two-part question here. Here in North America, what does the balance of the season look like? Where you're going to join us in Charlotte? What's the balance of the season look like? And then beyond North America, are you headed back to the homeland for the off season here, the summer season down there in Australia?
Yeah, look, we plan on doing Dodge City this weekend, provided the weather cooperates, and then we'll finish at Charlotte, and then that'll be the season for the big game or the GoMuddy.com car. Then I'm going to pick up with Kinetic Racing. We've got a pretty good schedule. It'll be a similar schedule of what we've done the last couple of years, where we start around Christmas time. I think we'll do what they call a speed week down in Australia, where between Christmas and New Year's there's about 4 or 5 races. And then we'll pick up on the East Coast with all the big races going up and down, and wind up in the Australian title at the end of January.
Kerry, you've lived in the U.S. for a while now. How fun is it for you to get back to Australia and race with, I'm assuming, family and friends that you've had for a long time?
Oh, look, the minute you touch down in Sydney in the airport and you're like, it is, that's where I come from. I grew up there, so I love it. But it's just, you touch down, and especially when you get on Qantas and you already feel a bit Australian, and you touch down, and I don't know, you just see all the things you've seen your whole life, and then it kind of hits you. You're back in Australia, and it's fantastic country. I love it, and been very fortunate where I can go back down for 6 weeks, 2 months sometimes, and race, catch up, and get my Australian fix. So definitely very spoiled. But I know sooner or later I'm going to get stuck on one of these White Storm winners, but it won't be too bad. But I definitely love it down there.
I don't blame you at all. Got to stay out of that. Kerry, congratulations on the win this weekend at Sedalia at the High Banks there. As always, a pleasure to chat with you. And I know we'll talk to you down the road. We'll see you next week in Charlotte if we don't talk to you before. But thanks for the time.
No worries. Sounds good.
There we go. Kerry Madsen, the Madman, joining us.
The Madman. One of my favorite nicknames.
Oh, it's fantastic. And it's so, I mean, man. And Brian, our video producer here, that video, and when they were showing him and Shane and Donnie and Brad going through the traffic.
I know.
I kid you not, I'm literally in that hotel room, and I had Penn State football on the TV, but I'm literally screaming at my dirt vision as those guys are real around the track.
I was catching myself watching the highlights, not paying attention to our conversation.
Unreal.
That was pretty neat.
It was a great race. They did a nice job. I do want to salute the World of Outlaws and SLS Promotions. There was some bad weather headed that way.
Yeah.
And they really worked hard to accelerate it. I was talking to somebody and I saw something at Sedalia that I don't know that I've seen at a World of Outlaw race this year. I saw some empty seats.
Oh, wow.
Because of the rain, the tornado, there was tornado warnings and everything like that. And so, I mean, I know it's one of those nights that just really suck as a promoter.
Yeah.
When you're like a 100% chance of rain, yet it hasn't rained yet. All the cars are there, and you got to do
warnings,
it.
yeah.
I just salute those folks that put the show on, because it's like, okay, whatever we have here, let's accelerate it and give these people a show. And they did a wonderful job with it. It was an accelerated program. And I said I saw something rare because Friday night at Lakeside, I didn't see any empty seats there. They were hanging down in 1 and 2, hanging off the fence. Unreal what's going on. So I salute them. It's those good nights are great for everyone to take credit. It's those rough nights when you accelerate and when you go fast and you make it to the end of the night and you say, yeah, we did all of that and we still lost money. I understand, and that really sucks. So that's why World of Outlaws and SLS Promotions, just kudos to you guys for getting that show in on Saturday night. And what a thrill the fans had. Oh my gosh, what a race. Hey, we need to step away because what a thrill the fans had out in California as well. Out at Tulare, we're going to talk to Shane Golobic. He is the Trophy Cup champion. We'll talk to him next.
Only the best go 3 abreast, and they're coming to a track near you in 2017. No matter where you're at, the American Sprint Car Series is near you. From the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, presented by the Mad TV Motorsports Network, to any of the 7 ASCS Regional Tours, there's over 150 nights of racing to choose from in 2017. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for updates. Listen live on RacingBoys.com and get the full rundown at ASCSRacing.com.
Today, Toyota's featured NASCAR fan is Dr. Tom Pierce.
So, Dr. Tom, what's your claim to fame?
Well, due to all of Toyota's NASCAR wins last year, I wrote thousands of doctor's notes for fans for overexcitement hypertension, a condition that requires a day off work to rest.
Sounds like a responsible doctor.
Doctor? I'm not a real doctor, bro. Would a doctor get a guy off work for overexcitement about the new Camry? Because I did.
Let's go NASCAR fans!
Toyota, let's go places. To learn more, visit toyotaracing.com. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
O'Reilly! Need auto parts? Get them with a click at the new O'ReillyAuto.com. Shop online and we'll ship the order to your home, or you can pick it up for free at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store nearest you. The choice is yours. Shop the way that's convenient for you and get the exact parts you need to get the job done right. O'ReillyAuto.com. Parts for your car wherever you are.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Brian Brown, and you're listening to Winged Nation.
Welcome back. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. It is MRN's Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. We have these big events throughout the course of the year, and we always love to talk to the winners from them. And the 2017 Trophy Cup champion is on the line now. Shane Golobic joins us on the line. Hello, Shane. Welcome back to Winged Nation.
Hey, guys. Thank you for having me again.
Well, welcome back. Congratulations on the Trophy Cup championship. Tell us about it, and do you have any clue how many cars you passed? Because that's what that one's all about.
Yeah, I don't have any clue how many cars I passed, but it seemed like a lot. You know, that's kind of what you need to do to win that Trophy Cup race. You know, like I always say every year, the better you are, the harder you have to work. You know, the better you put yourself in points, the further back you start, and the more cars you have to pass. And it seems like every year we go there, it seems like the competition gets tougher, and those cars are even harder and harder to pass. So it was pretty cool to get on top once again.
Shane, I think I asked you this last year after you won the Trophy Cup, but going into the feature on Saturday night, are you aware, I mean, obviously I'm sure you're aware of who is around you in points, who you need to beat, but during the race, like I know you had to pass Salina at some point or get ahead of him. How much is that weighing in your mind? I mean, obviously you're out there just wheeling it, but you got to have that somewhere in your mind.
Yeah, I'm a pretty, I'm a thinker. I'm pretty analytical, and I going into the feature, I knew kind of the core group of guys that I was going to be racing with for the points championship. And you know, as the race goes along, you kind of have a feeling of who's making progress through the field, as well as, you know, like my progress through the field. And early, I knew Joey was going to be a contender. He was working his way up through the field quicker than I was, and I didn't really have a whole lot of pressure from other guys. I knew like Dominic Selzy and Macedo and a few of the guys who were kind of better than me in points had issues early, so I was kind of able to scratch them off the list, and it kind of came down to myself and Joey there in the middle of the race and towards the end. And I knew if I could beat him, I'd be in good shape, and then I just have to fend off anybody else and keep an eye on the scoreboard if anybody would pop up into the top five with me. just kind of just race my own race at the same time. So luckily it was able to work out, and I was able to get by Joey and hold him off, and then had a good battle with Willie Cross, who ended up being second in points. And, we ended up running fourth, and it was enough. So it was a pretty cool weekend.
Really cool indeed. You mentioned pretty cool weekend. Were you part of the newlywed game? Did you partake in all the festivities there of that weekend, or did you behave yourself?
Yeah, I was. Trophy Cup every year is fun on and off the track. They've got taco feeds and spaghetti feeds, and they've got parties after each night of the races. And like you said, they had a newlywed game for the first time, and myself and my new fiance Sarah participated in that, and along with a couple other drivers and their wives/girlfriends. And man, that was a good time. It was pretty funny. Some of the questions were off the wall and pretty entertaining. So we didn't end up winning that. I think Greg Picaris and his wife ended up winning, and Andy Forsberg and his wife were second. But I know Ryan Bernal and his girlfriend Gabby, and Dominic Selzy and his girlfriend, and Corey Eliason. We all had a pretty good time laughing at each other's answers, and it was a good time, as Trophy Cup always is. And then on top of that, they donated another $150,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I think that puts them over $1.5 million. So it was just an awesome weekend overall, just like it always is.
Yes, that donation is incredible to Make-A-Wish. Shane, the whole format of Trophy Cup is not the conventional sprint car weekend. Would you like to see more races like that? Obviously, it suits your driving style. You've won it 2 years in a row. But the whole point system, winning the big trophy, is different. Is that something that all you drivers like and would like to see more of, or is that just good at Trophy Cup and keep it there?
I think it's something that makes Trophy Cup different. I think it's cool. It kind of distinguishes it as a different race from the rest. So I don't think we necessarily need a lot more of it, although I do enjoy it. It is a fun weekend. It really makes you get after it every time you get on the racetrack. Every spot you get throughout the week matters, and it's just it's one of those deals where it's tough. The better you are, you have to go to the back and you have to pass all those cars. And, I think if it was an every week thing, it might turn into being something that's a little bit more frustrating, because it is really hard to win races that way. Starting in the back, it seems like it's almost better if your goal is to just win the race on each night. It'd almost be better to be running somewhere in mid-pack in points and be able to start up a little bit further. But it's pretty cool that the overall points championship goes to the guy who has the most consistent few days, and that kind of feeds right into my driving style. I'm a pretty consistent guy for the most part. I won't take chances, but I'll take chances when they need to be taken, and so I think it really suits me very well.
The whole event fascinates me. It really does, because I just find it so, because it's different. And I'm kind of with you. I'm not sure that a regular diet of it, but I'll tell you what, getting it there and getting it at Tulare and having it at a track where passing is a premium and passing is quite possible all the time, I think it's really, really cool. Before we let you go here, Shane, what's the balance of the year hold for you? What you going to try to put a bow around and wrap up here this season?
Well, we've still got the King of the West / Sprint Car Challenge Tour Series finale at Stockton Dirt Track coming up in 2 weeks. So we'll have two cars there. We'll have the 360 and the 410, so that'll be pretty cool. And then beyond that, I've got two more midget races left. We've got a U-Side National race in Bakersfield, and then Turkey Night on Thanksgiving. So that'll be two more races. Hoping to finish the season off strong there too. We've been pretty consistent, but haven't been able to get a win. So hopefully we can cap off the year with a win there.
Sounds like a great plan. Sounds like a great month of November, that's for sure. Shane, again, congratulations on the Trophy Cup Championship. As always, a pleasure to chat with you, and we wish you the best through the balance of the year.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
There we go. Shane Golobic joining us there. It's amazing the talent he has.
Yeah.
I just love sitting there saying, I had to wrestle it from Joey Saldana.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? I'm telling you what, I wouldn't want to wrestle over this die-cast car or a TV clicker with Joey Saldana. You're out there with a race car and you win the thing. Tip of the cap to Shane Golobic. Man, I'll tell you what, when you go toe to toe with a guy like Saldana, you've earned your lunch money that day.
I love that about the youth, I should say, of our sport, the up and coming. Like they really respect the veterans, but they're not really intimidated by them.
No. I'm telling you what. I see Joey Saldana in my mirror. I'm going to be curled up down around the drive shaft of the car. I want no part of that guy. So Shane wasn't curled up around the drive shaft.
No,
he was elbows
not.
up on the wheel, and it was great. Great to see young veteran, everyone out there. And again, all for a great cause for the Make-A-Wish as well. Let's step away. More MRN's Winged Nation in just a moment.
Classic Ink USA Screen Printing and Embroidery is constantly testing the limits of custom racewear and specialized embroidery. Headquartered in Western Pennsylvania, Classic Ink holds the highest standard, maximizing your return as well as the ultimate customer satisfaction. From track swag, fan wear to quick crew wear, Classic Ink has you covered. Their dedicated staff and designers will keep your race team and fans looking sharp. Contact Classic Ink today and get your team ahead of the competition. www.classicinkusa.com. That's Classic Ink, at the track and on your back.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum's newest feature exhibit is our salute to champion Sammy Swindell, June 9th through October 15th, at the only museum in the world solely dedicated to sprint car racing, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Stop in and check out 8 of Sammy's original race cars and see his trophies, uniforms, and more as you learn about his outstanding career. The salute to champion Sammy Swindell is only this season at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville.
Hi, I'm David Grau, and you're listening to Winged Nation.
Thank you, David. Welcome back. It is MRN's Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Hey, time to look at our National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum birthday calendar. Coming up tomorrow, Jack Miller, Bob Fry. Thursday, Sammy Swindell's birthday.
Still winning.
Still winning, exactly. Brian Tyler Friday. But how about this one today? The Buckeye Bullet. 54 years young. For Dave Blaney, a 2014 inductee into the Sprint Car Hall of Fame, second-generation racer. Of course, his father, Lou, who is, well, also a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Some of this, a lot of the stuff we know about Dave, 1983 All-Star Rookie of the Year, I forget about frequently that he was a 1984 USAC Silver Crown champion.
Yeah.
And I think I knew that, but you think of him as that 1995 World of Outlaw champion,
yeah.
Kind of trumps everything. And then the big wins at the big races. Chili Bowl, Kings Royal, Gold Cup, Knoxville Nationals. Pretty stout.
Yeah, that's quite a list right there.
Blaney, yeah. 70 World of Outlaw wins. First win. Yeah, his first win was at Eldora.
Yeah,
an
easy
track. Roll into Eldora and just whoop them, okay? 47 All-Star wins. Currently drives the Motor 71M. Owns Sharon Speedway. Father of Ryan. Yep. Setting up, was testing for the World Finals. All around good guy. So a big happy birthday to Dave Blaney. Happy birthday. It's great. Great, and love that you're back racing sprint cars all the time. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love that too.
No doubt about it. Really cool. Mention the World Finals on Friday of next week at the Pavilion down by the drag strip by the World Finals. It is Camping World Customer Appreciation Day and a special edition of MRN's Winged Nation. Ashley Stremme and I are going to be there. All the stars are going to be there, and we're going to have a great time. It's again 2 o'clock at Charlotte on Friday. Customer Appreciation Day for Camping World and a special edition of MRN Winged Nation. We can't wait for World Finals to roll into town and see you there. And I'm bummed because you're bummed, right?
I am bummed.
I
I can't be because I'm going on a nice vacation.
Yeah.
But I didn't plan it. I wouldn't have picked these dates. When the Outlaws come to Charlotte,
our hometown.
Yeah, they don't come around here very often.
World of Outlaws in my own bed. That's a great combination right there.
So, hate to tell my friend who planned it, but
yes, exactly.
All right, if you insist on taking me to the Caribbean.
Yes, Erin's going to be in the Caribbean while we're slugging it out at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So going to be big fun and a great time. Hey, coming up on our podcast this week, Cody Summers He is making a lot of people talk at Mansfield.
Yes, absolutely.
Some big purses. So we're going to talk to him coming up on our MAV TV show, Greg Wilson, on Saturday. And always love when we get a chance to talk to Greg Wilson. I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Brad Baker, ibracing.com. Not only does he have one of my favorite websites, he brews beer.
No wonder you like him.
Hooked me up. I got into the Oktoberfest. Oh my gosh, last night. Fantastic. So Brad, oh my gosh, multitasking, multi-talented, ibracing.com, and brewer of beer. Oh, fantastic stuff. That's for sure. Hey, we need to get out of here. We're out of time here. We appreciate Kerry Madsen and Shane Golobic for joining us. More important than all of that, thank you for joining us here today.
You've been listening to Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tire, ride on our strength. You can also find Winged Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center. Winged Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.